Hello and welcome back to Icon Hour. Another week where we get to spend a little bit of time together, just being in each other's presence and truly talking about the things that matter for us women in building our businesses, building wealth, and really building our lives the way that we see them going. Today's a powerful conversation, and I can't wait to have it. So, buckle in, get ready for this combo. So, what we're going to talk about today is something that isn't talked about a lot. It's conversations that I feel like no one's having, right? And we're going to talk about it. It's not talked about enough. It's freedom. It's freedom. And I'm not talking about the hashtag version of freedom, not the laptop by the beach fantasy freedom. No, I'm talking about real freedom, the kind that lets you just truly exhale and settle in. If you've been craving that kind of freedom, I want you to drop a fire emoji in the chat right now. The kind that lets your nervous system know it's safe, the kind where you open up that bank account and it looks how you need it and want it to look, and you take a sigh of relief, the kind that where you swipe the card, you don't think twice, the kind where you are taking care of your parents, the kind where your clients are having massive breakthroughs. That kind of freedom. Drop it in the chat, a fire emoji, if you are craving that. Today, we're not going to talk about quitting your job. I've been getting that a lot. That's not what the exit plan is about, right? It's not about quitting your job or quitting your business. I didn't do that. It's about evolving. It's about exiting the version of you that's been stuck in survival mode. How many of us can truly relate to that? This is about stepping into the woman who designs her life, designs her business, and designs her wealth on her terms. On her terms. And for so long, I had this mixed up about what that truly was, because I was operating just in my masculine, because I was in industries where I was told that's what I must do. Right? The truth is, every woman needs an exit plan. And today we're going to talk about why. When I built my first business, I was in full on hustle. I was 22. I was a young single mom. I was trying to make it all work, keeping clients happy, paying bills, taking care of my children, life. But I truly loved what I did. But it was so exhausting. Fast forward, multiple businesses later, I realized some things. It took burning out. It took building how I thought other people should build. It took doubting myself. It took playing small for me to realize. But today, after coming through all of that, I realized I didn't want to be successful and stuck. I could have all the money in the world, but if I had no time freedom and I had no freedom anywhere else, location specifically, that wasn't free. And I wanted to be free. Can anyone else relate to that? Just drop a thumbs up in the chat if you've ever felt like you've built something that truly looks successful, whether it's your 9 to 5 career, it's your business, it's your family business. It looked successful, but it didn't feel free. The first business I started was a daycare, like I said earlier, at 22. I worked and hustled that business, man, into a second location. And I worked that business for 15 years, so much so I was able to sell that book of business. And I got into real estate. That led me to real estate because I realized that no matter how many events, even if I went into a big commercial space, it wasn't going to give me what I was looking for. So I went into real estate thinking, okay, sales, I'll make bigger commissions, I'll have more control over my time. But what I didn't realize is that real estate rewards the hustle, it rewards the grind. So if you're already living emotionally, subconsciously in fight or flight, it just amplifies that. And so I thrived in that because I thrived in that environment until I learned how to allow my subconscious to truly feel safe in the success. From real estate, I built a virtual assistant agency, thinking that was going to create the freedom. It didn't. And even though I don't run that business every single day, I have a business partner, it still didn't provide the freedom. So what did I do? I built a digital empire. And that allowed me to move to Barcelona. And once I moved to Barcelona, that was the first time that I truly asked myself what it would look like if freedom wasn't the reward at the end, but the foundation from the start. See, the exit plan was born here in Barcelona. I exited the US. I exited the rat race. I exited the hustle into a life of ease, into an exit out of the US, into location freedom, time freedom, financial freedom. But the freedom doesn't have to be the reward, it can be the foundation from the start. And that's where the exit plan was born. One offer, one system, one identity shift. But I want to be honest with you. There's a reason why women stay stuck, because we are taught to overwork for our worth. I was seeing a stat today, a statistic on how men go into things with 50% more confidence than women. Of course they do. We're in a patriarchal society. So if you keep trying to play their game, win their game, you're always going to be bumping heads, overworking for your worth. We normalize burnout because it looks productive. Do you know how many women in real estate I've had this conversation with? And they take a little bit of time off and they go to therapy and they think that's going to fix it. But it doesn't. And I know because I was her. But when you keep performing instead of leading, you become the employee of your own business. And that's the trade-off. People leave their 9 to 5, maybe they get into real estate, they start a business, right? But they become the employee. And my system that I teach in Icon Era through this exit plan teaches you how to build a business without becoming the employee, without being chained to it, right? This is why every woman needs an exit plan. Not just to quit her career, but to exit the patterns that keep her chained to that career. One of the first places we start is identifying truly the things that you say that you don't say aloud. And if you are comfortable, drop them in the chat. Maybe some things that you say. Oh my gosh, I'm going to get there, but I need to go a little slower. It's okay if it takes me 5 years instead of two. And I'm not saying that it has to be fast, but these are the things that we tell ourselves to keep ourselves playing small. If you're ready to stop performing and start leading, drop a yes in that chat right now. I want to break it down. The exit plan and what it truly is. I told you a little earlier, it's 3 simple pieces. Knowing and understanding your genius zone, creating a monetizable methodology, and scalable freedom in that order. And I want to explain what this means. Your genius zone is the thing that you do so naturally, you do it without underestimating your ability to do it. If you think right now, there's probably as an adult 2, 3, 5, 10 things that you do naturally without underestimating it. That's where you start because that's your genius zone. We take that and make it a monetizable methodology. And this is really how you package that genius into and offer a product that sells on repeat. In Icon Era, I go into detail about what these products could be, how you could go about it. But that is the key, where it sells on repeat. And then from there, you have scalable freedom because you integrate systems that run without you being glued to your phone. This is how I wake up to Stripe payments in my account without being glued to my phone 24/7, being a captive to what's happening there. If you already know what your genius zone is and you're here watching live, I want you to drop it in the chat. If you're still discovering it, I want you to drop like an eyeball so I know who's finding their zone this year, because that is the game changer. When you combine these 3, that's your exit plan. But the foundation is understanding, what are you a genius at? And this is all truly the foundation of Icon Era. I want you to understand what it means to be free. Because freedom just isn't working from anywhere, it's being aligned and working everywhere. Freedom has layers to it, right? And people don't talk about this enough when they talk about freedom. Freedom's a big word that's thrown around a lot. The layers are time freedom. That's where you control your schedule. Location freedom, where you get to choose your morning view. And financial freedom, where you never say yes from scarcity again. These are the layers to freedom. But the most important one is energetic freedom. This is where you stay grounded no matter what's happening externally. And when you create space in your life, you allow your body to settle into this routine. Out of these 4, which freedom are you craving the most right now? Time, location, financial, or energetic? Drop it below. Because that's what we're here for. Not just to make money, but to create a movement. When you build your exit plan, something shifts. You start making decisions from power and not panic. And that is the game changer. I'm going to share a story with you guys about how I was able to scale moving abroad. In January of this year, my wife and I decided where we were going. We decided we were going to Barcelona, Spain. In a 6-month window, we prepped and sold our house, prepped and sold our son for graduating college, prepped and helped our daughter move across the country with our first grandson, prepped our other daughter to set up her new place that she had just gotten. And so there were a lot of moving parts. But during that time frame is where I implemented solid systems and optimized those systems so that I continued to make money in my sleep. February, 48,000. March, 30,000. April, 20,000. May, 10,000. June, 30,000. That is what happened during that time frame while I was the most busy focusing on my family and my move abroad. And it was a beautiful transition that I didn't have to worry so much because I built systems that sold while I lived. I built offers that gave me back my time, and I built freedom that could move with me. So I was able to make decisions from power and not panic. Who here is ready to make decisions from power and not panic? I want you to type icon energy in the chat if that's you. When women step into this frequency, everything changes. Their money, their relationships, their peace, their power. It's undeniable. A couple of practical things that you need for your exit plan to start building it, I'm going to drop right now. Most people who are selling online are creating 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 offers. What is an offer? If you're new here and you're not aware, an offer is a product that you sell, whether it be a course, an ebook, etc. But you don't need 10 of those. You need one. You need one that truly changes lives and creates consistent income. That will change your life because there are things that you naturally know and are good at that people need. It's your responsibility to answer the call. Now, once you have that offer converting, you need a system that sells for you. Think automations, think brand presence that moves your leads even when you're offline. So you wake up to people in your DMs, Stripe payments in your bank account, emails in your inbox while you're sleeping. This is quintessential to this plan. This allows you to be anywhere in the world. Lastly, a brand that travels, a brand that isn't tied to one zip code or one platform. That is how you build true freedom. And right now is most important for women to truly look at doing this. Which one of these do you feel like you're missing? An offer, a system, or a brand? I want you to drop it in the chat. And if you're already a master at all three, just wait until I tell you about the exit plan training. Here's what I know. The longer you wait to build your exit plan, the longer you stay building someone else's, whether it's your broker, whether it's your supervisor, your boss, whoever owns your business. There's no perfect time. There's only alignment. And if you feel that, if you're done waiting, if you're ready for your change right now, I want you to flood this chat. Every woman deserves to live without permission. Every woman deserves wealth that moves with her. Every single woman deserves to breathe while she builds. If this hits something in your spirit, in your spine, that is your cue. I want you to DM me on Instagram at I am Ebony Dawkins, the word exit. And I'm going to send you my free exit training that walks you through all of this, of how to create your own pathway to time, location, and financial freedom, because you were never meant to chase success that burns you out. You were meant to breathe while you build. If you're ready to exit survival and enter expansion, I want you to lastly drop "I'm ready" in the chat, because that's where we claim it. Thank you for joining me today. I want you to remember, luxury is a decision. Make it daily. Bye, beauties.